Hey, Lovejoy. You should hear me now. Um, I believe I figured out the problem, but things a little bit more complicated than I envisioned, man. Like Sheffrin was right. He was right. He was telling me this isn't gonna be easy. So for now, I'm gonna forego the Zoom, and I'm just gonna be live, man. So it won't be any panelists. Hopefully, you guys could just communicate with me through the chat, but once again, I'm gonna confirm. Can you guys hear me? Lovejoy, can you hear me? All right, beautiful. So let's get right into it. I had previously given a brief introduction about who I am and what I hope to achieve with this channel. I'll do so again briefly. Um, Peter Bagjuice obviously is not my real name. And for my FBA friends, I had shown this earlier on my brother Unbiased's show, where I get my name from. My namesake, so I'm gonna do it again, right? So for my FBA compatriots, this is what we call Bagjuice in Jamaica, right? It's basically just Kool-Aid in a bag, man. You bite it and you suck it out. No diddy. You hear me? Yeah, man. I was showing y'all I got my Malcolm shirt, got the big long gun on it, you know. I go through the white areas and just troll them with this shirt on, big black nigga with dreads, walking with a shirt with a gun on it. You hear me? But yes, I am enthused to be here with you guys. So I go by the moniker Peter Bagjuice. I'm from Jamaica, and I moved to the States at, what was it, 13, 14 years old. I came to the States in 1995, ingratiated myself into American culture. I was educated at a school named Kingston College in Jamaica, an elite high school in Jamaica. Um, Always was a brainiac. And what I hope to achieve with this channel is basically to take the template left by the conscious community. Shout out to brothers like Sheffrin, my beloved brother Sheffrin from Baltimore, man. Sheffrin is the one who always said, man, Haskell, you got to go live, you got to do your own thing and all of that. Thanks for the encouragement, bro. I started this channel because I really, really enjoy these discussions. I get a lot out of it. I learn a lot. Um, and I'd like to try my hand at it because I believe where I can contribute is insofar as how these discussions are conducted. I believe it could be much improved, and I believe the way how we communicate with each other, we don't. I think we tend to think that that's a small thing, and it's a much bigger thing than what we could imagine. Um, Tonight's topic, or what I planned for the topic to be, was specifically about Pan-Africanism and if it has any viability on a macro level, and what could we do to foster real, right, real practical relationships between those in the diaspora, relationships that could actually facilitate some actual real world things that could help us in education, technology, etc. Right? Because I think right now, for the most part, what we call Pan Africanism is very. I think the bonds that we're establishing for the most part as of right now are pretty superficial. Going to Ghana and going to the Elmira and looking at where our ancestors were enslaved. Okay, I'm not, speaking down on that, but you know, when you want to do something with someone, let's say you want to start a business. A lot of African Americans have gone to Ghana and have expressed that they have, ran into roadblocks, particularly from the locals there. People overcharging them, taking advantage of them, selling them land and reclaiming back the land. You know, it's those type of things those are real world things, right? Where human beings have the, the ability to be kind, the ability to be mean, the ability to be greedy, all over any human being. So when you speak about Pan-Africanism and actually trying to put this thing into any kind of practicality, there are a lot of kinks to work out, a million kinks. Shit, we could barely get along with each other. My native country, I think we've been top 10 in the murder rate now going on the last 20 years. You know what I mean? And Jamaica is a wonderful place. Most of the people there are great people, but there's some real issues there. And being here in the States near 30 years, there's some real issues here too. And you're not gonna just solve them with, oh, let's all get together and kumbaya, and that's not gonna work. That's not gonna get it. So that's the discussion I intended to have tonight. This is my first foray into YouTube. I want to thank those in the chat. Stoopies, type something in the chat so I know that you're there. Um, and yeah, that's basically it. Oh, and another thing too, why I started the YouTube. Um, I had planned on making this first live a lot more contentious than how I'm coming off tonight because like a couple people in the community had really, I feel, ran afoul of me. Like I feel like they really, really did me wrong because, I'm trying to show a lot of love and, people be clowning you out like, or try to clown you out like, I don't know, I guess like they think you use a bunch of big words, you're supposed to be soft or you pie or something. Like, I guarantee you I'm not, bro. And I don't understand talking crazy to people on the internet. So I really was gonna come on here and like, really talk, get at some people. But, again, shout to Brother Chef. He told me like, nah, bro, for your first live, are you trying to get on? Like, that ain't the wave right there. So, you know what I'm saying? When he said it, I definitely saw the wisdom in it, and it just doesn't make any sense. I've invited family members here, so I can't carry on like an idiot. Because somebody might see me and then they go say, I just can't do it. So, to those who disrespected me, hey man, I don't appreciate it, but hey, what can I do, bro? You know, to the guy who said he was gonna slap me though, I would love to see it. I still want to see it. That's crazy. You telling somebody you're gonna slap them on the internet and then, you know, you're not communicating like, bro, you said you know what, let me leave that alone. Um, so yes, Pan-Africanism, and also I'd want to speak on colorism briefly. Um, because again, I think that colorism thing is one of those topics that um, I don't think we speak on in depth enough. All over the world, the standard that paler skin, straighter hair, lighter colored eyes are the aesthetics of the superior group of people on this planet. That's been established the planet over. Anywhere you go, right? Whether it be Asia, they venerate, white skin. They venerate Europeans, India, Africa, the Caribbean. Each region has their own flavor of it, but in essence, it's the same thing. In Latin America, they have the precept of what they call mejorar la raza, which means to improve the race. And it's the idea of basically through interbreeding with Europeans, you could go from looking like me to in a few generations looking like, I don't know, Brad Pitt, something like that. So you'd go from me to Kyle Kuzma or French Montana to Brad Pitt, and that would represent basically an improvement, right? In America, you have the rappers, you know, well, let's just say the entertainers in general, black entertainers, whether it be in sports or in music, you can't help but notice a pattern, right? People will disingenuously tell you, oh, you love who you love, and all these silly platitudes that people say to go around what's the obvious, right? Um, if you have a contingent of athletes and entertainers, and well over 50% of them are marrying or are dating outside the race, after a while, you can't deny it. There's an undeniable pattern there. And our people in general have a self-esteem problem, a big one, a big one. They complain when they can't get on these people's award ceremonies, right? They pine to be awarded and validated by these people. We saw Jada Pinkett Smith crying a couple years ago, talking about the Oscars so white. Like, who is going to create something and then venerate a whole nother group of course they're going to put their people in the front, like, and that's how like, as a collective, we're not right in the head, man. We're not right in the head, because them getting an award from black people, they don't get any sort of validation out of it. They don't feel, and that is inexplicably sad. I can't even put into words how depressing that is. That so many of us still think this way. And um and then in the relationship aspect, the men, um they do a lot of gaslighting. And I'd like to say, from men, I always expect better. I expect men to be candid, to be real about who they are and what their desires are. The truth is, you prefer the aesthetics of another group's women. Now, I don't think you can necessarily say that's good or bad. It's not a matter of good or bad, right? It's just what is. If you prefer straight hair, you think that's more attractive, you prefer a more aquiline nose, a straighter nose, um, lighter eyes, then that's just what it is. And I wouldn't chastise somebody for that. That's just what that is. What I can't stand, though, is when guys try to pretend like, oh no, it's just love and love and love, and man, shut up. Shut up. You know what I mean? Like, cut it out, bro. You know what I'm talking about? You like the lighter skin. That is fine, bro. It is okay, bro. That's what you like. That's what you like, bro. Just be real about it. Don't like, stop playing, man. Stop playing the mind games. You know. So that's the thing I don't like from the on the side of the men, insofar as their preference for lighter skin and non-black women. Um, I think if all the cards were to be laid out on the table, I think some true psychological healing can be had. Because it's really really needed. I think small things that like that need to be resolved before we could talk about nation building or anything on any large scale. I don't think it happens without figuring out those finer aspects. Oh yeah, Lovejoy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely smarter to let it go, right? Yeah, man. If I was able to go live like 3 weeks ago, I had jokes all written down. I was gonna be calling a particular woman the Toxic Avenger, saying she looked like Smeagol off Lord of the Rings. I had jokes talking about how all the pseudos, if I was gonna be making jokes about if a particular woman represented the groupie for the scientifically literate, then I don't want to be scientifically literate. I want to be pseudo, Cause the pseudos got some aesthetically attractive women. Nature Boy, he had him a nice little light skinned chick, nice little chick. Polite, no offense to the young lady Amonette if she's out there. I always thought she was breathtaking, beautiful, right? And then the other women that he had, you know what I'm saying? So I had all kind of jokes, bro. Like, yeah, man, I want me a pseudo groupie. I don't want no scientifically literate groupie, bro. Them scientifically literate groupies, they don't be, nah, bro. Nah, bro. I'm middle aged now, looking like how how homegirl look. I ain't gonna be able to function. You hear me? Yeah, man. I need I, I need me an almanac. You hear me? Yeah, man. So, hey, check it out. If I gotta come on with the crystals and talk about chakras, I'm with that, man. I'm with that, man. So yeah, I was gonna get real nasty, man. Talking about people drug habits, cause here's the thing: we had called a truce, right? Or I thought so. And then I pull up on Buddy panel, and he's sniggling and giggling with the female, talking about some Peter, what they said, Beetlejuice, right? Beetlejuice, goofy, stuff that a saltine would do, a cracker would do, goofy stuff, right? And then when I asked the goofy, like, bro, what is y'all talking? What is this Beetlejuice? I'm seeing people in the chat typing it, and what is this Beetlejuice stuff, bro? Like, oh nah, it's cause Bagjuice look like Beetlejuice, and I'm like, bro, I've been coming on these panels as bad as Peter Bagjuice now for months. You ain't never called me no Beetlejuice, so you playing on my top. You feel me? That's my only issue, bro. Like, if dude have came at me straight up, cause remember we pieced it out supposedly, but now you sniggling and giggling like a broad. You know what I'm saying? Being silly. So yeah, I was finna. Oh, it's back on. And it really wasn't gonna be mean spirited. It really was gonna be just a lot of jokes. Like I had a lot of crackhead jokes written down. Matter of fact, I got them in my text messages, right? Material written. Yeah, I was finna go in on dog, man. But bruh, if you out there, if this is recorded, so if you see this, I'm not gonna go there, bruh. But you flawed for what you did though, bro. Cause that night me and you talked as men and we said like, okay, we finna, that's over with. Then I pull up on the panel and you sniggling and giggling like a broad. You damn near 60 years old talking about some Beetlejuice, I mean Bagjuice, Beetlejuice, I mean like, come on, bruh. Come on, dog. Don't do that, bruh. Cause you too easy. The jokes write themselves with a dude like you, bro. The jokes write themselves. Listen, listen, bro. Drug addict jokes and fat jokes. Easy to write. Easy. Easy. And then Shorty, I don't even know. Love you. I think you set me off, bro. I've derailed. I done got off. I done got off track, bro. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Going back to how we need to improve as people. That applies to me too. Because yeah, most of us grew up in these urban environments, right? When I first came to Miami, I grew up in a place called, well, I was already 14, but I was in Miami Gardens in 95. And back then, the crack era was still kind of ending. I went to a school called North Miami. If Miami people know, North Miami Middle in 95, wow, wild, wild. I'm talking about 3, 4 fights daily. You know what I'm talking about? People throwing shit at the teachers. I remember when OJ got acquitted. This was the funniest shit. Bruh, when the OJ verdict was about to be read, bruh, everybody at North Dade Middle stopped, all the kids, right? And was watching it on the TVs. Don't y'all know when that verdict came back not guilty? Bruh, Kids was outside, like everybody in the school was ran outside. Yay! People high-fiving, chest bumping. You know what I'm talking about? That shit was so funny. And and then all the white folks on TV, they were just aghast, like, oh my God, the murderer got away with it. You know, meanwhile, we chest bumping and niggas doing backflips and you know what I'm talking about? Man, that was an experience, man. So yeah. So I still got a lot of the foolishness in me. You know, my big thing is, bro, you know, I try to show so much love, man, because I love my people in general. And I show a lot of love and respect. And when, you know, people play on my top, like just for no reason, it'll make my head just chip out. Like, why is you playing with me, bro? Like, you're not smarter than me. That's number one. So it's nothing the little goofy, little psychological, it's not gonna work. I could see right through it. All you're gonna do is make me mad. Right? So that's one of those things that I have to improve on and overcome, that ego. And we all have to fight that devil called the ego. You know, because I feel like I feel like my indignation most times is righteous. And because of that, I feel that it's righteous. I feel that I'm well within my rights to, you know, go off on somebody. Cause man, like you did me wrong, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, bro. And then what happens a lot of times, you know, in our communities, you know, going to school and stuff, like if somebody try you or do something to you and you don't do nothing, now it's like jail rules. Like the whole school, the whole community, now they got you as, oh, that's the duck. Oh, we could just play with him. We could just, you know what I'm saying? So stuff like that make you feel like, oh, nah, I got to demonstrate. I got to demonstrate, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? I had my easel from Friday jokes ready in the missile silo. You know what I'm talking about? You know, niggas telling these war stories, these crack stories, these war, and then when I check your file, all your crimes is like breaking and entering, and so you acting like you Marlo off the wire, but the whole time, nigga, you Bubs rolling a shopping cart selling white tees, nigga, you wasn't no, and then you got popped 2 times, like your gangster resume is your shit fucked up, bro. Your resume, your gangster resume, you gotta, you got, you. Oh my God, bro. I swear to you, I can't help it, bro. Look, man, it's just jokes, bro. And I promise you, it's just jokes. Hopefully, the brother that I'm speaking about at some point I will speak again, and hopefully it'll be love. You know what I'm saying? But I got to get these jokes off, man, because I've been sitting on. I got to get them off. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't Marlo. If y'all know The Wire, greatest show ever written, by the way, based on Baltimore, and Buddy from Baltimore, right? Steady got these crack spot stories. Really, it should be crackhead stories, right? Cause he was a custy. He really a customer. You know what I'm talking about? Probably did some hand to hands, but bruh, I seen your jacket, bruh. Breaking and enterings, loiterings, nigga. Nigga, you hanging out at the corner store, badgering people. That's you, nigga. Like I hate you, niggas, man. I hate the corner store, nigga. That you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, leave me alone, bro. Like, why is you like that was you, dog? But you told me you was damn near kingpin though. But all your shit loitering, and then niggas popped you 2 times, and like, and nigga probably popped you cause you rap a lot, bro. You do too much rapping, bro. I don't know no gangster that rap like. Nigga damn near 60 years old, you cussing people out, telling people about their mama. I don't know no gangster that operate like that, bro. Especially not no seasoned gangster. right? And then you join a cult at 40. What the fuck? What the fuck? Like, nigga, you can't talk to me like, bro. You not, bro. I promise you, if I call my mama right now, right, she'll tell y'all when she tried to put me in church at 6 years old, 5 years old. I went to church and I said, this some made up shit. Like this some bullshit at that age. So a nigga that joined a cult at 40 cannot indict my intelligence on no level. On no level, nigga. I'm 40 now. I'm 42. I couldn't imagine saying I'ma join a nigga cult, nigga. The fuck? How you join a cult at like 38? How? And then you on the internet rapping crazy to people. I don't. Well, I promise you I don't get it, bro. I promise you I don't. But yeah, Lovejoy, you're right. I just had to get mines off. I had to get mines off. So Lovejoy, do me a favor. Could you help me out in the chat and type something in the chat insofar as your opinion on colorism? You're a lighter skinned woman. I remember when you were making content, I did see a couple of your videos. Would you say, in your opinion, compared to your darker sisters, did you notice having was there a noticeable advantage that you felt like you had with the males compared to other women who were darker? And Mika one, please, if you could chip in too. And Stoopies, I asked you to type in the chat. I haven't seen you comment at all. Oh, Lovejoy, you're referring to Amunet. Yeah. Yeah, Amunet is gorgeous. Gorgeous woman. Gorgeous woman. And that's one of those things, man. That's one of those things about women, like, because I could play that role easy. I could play the spiritual miracle role so easy. I just got too much of a conscience. But I promise you, man, I promise you, them spiritual miracle, they get the most beautiful women. Yeah, it's messed up, man. Yeah, this life thing is definitely not fair. Definitely not fair, man. The only thing you get for keeping it real, really, is just pain and suffering, bro. Just pain and suffering. All right, so Mika One says she thinks character is more important than the color of your skin, and that is absolutely true. But at the same time, Mika, you must admit, if you see, like, for instance, in Jamaica, when we were first emancipated, only people of a certain hue were allowed to even own property. So yes, character is important, but resources are important too. We need, we're human beings. We're in the flesh. We need water. We need food. We need housing. Um, we need these things to sustain life. And if you can clearly see a pattern where a particular demographic is getting the lion's share of the benefits and you're getting scraps, I mean, at some point there's going to be a division there. And I don't think you can just say, okay, well, as long as you have character and, you know, you have character. And I feel it the most for the women of our community that are of my skin tone. Because I'm a dude. You hear me? Like, men, we can get women a million different ways. Right? You could be the ugliest dude in the world. You could do it with money. You could do it with clout / power. You can do it with being charming. You can do it with being talented in a particular field. Let's say you're really talented at drawing or something. That can, endear you to a woman. Men, on the other hand, insofar as what they appreciate from women, we are much more shallow, right? So if you're a woman who is considered by a good amount of your group to be quote unquote ugly, man, it's really nothing you could do. You could have the most sterling personality. You could be the sweetest thing in the world, cook, be very deferent, right? Deferent is the word I like to use now rather than submission, because that submission word has become that's like a cuss word for women now. So I use the word deference. So meaning a woman will defer to you as a man, right? So if you're a woman who's like my hue, my skin tone, you defer to your man, you're understanding, you're supportive, all of the things that a man could ask for. You even have some wit about you. You're clever, you're funny, you're intelligent. Um, all of that. And because you don't fit a particular aesthetic, right? Especially to the men that women find most desirable, you're going to be invisible. As a black woman who has like my skin tone, you're going to be invisible. 9 times out of 10, Mariah Carey is going to get chosen before you. That is the reality. And if anybody tries to play and, pretend as if it's not, they're gaslighting you. They're playing on your top, you know? Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, wow. Hey, Chef, man, what's up, my Doug? Hey, bro, my first foray into this YouTube thing. Still trying to figure this thing out. I was trying to get the Zoom to be queued up with the YouTube. Couldn't quite figure that out, so I can't even have any panelists, man. It's just me talking, bro. But lucky for you, I'm a conversationalist. I love to hear my own voice, and I'm entertaining by myself anyway, man. So I want to say to you, because you weren't in here earlier, bro. Man, I love you, bro. Like, for real. Like, you one of the main ones who encouraged me to start this thing, and you showed a lot of love, bro. Really, really appreciate that from right here. hmm I know I had got mad at you because you did do some flawed shit. I still think it was flawed, but hey, I've done some plenty flawed shit to people, to my friends and family. So hey, it is what it is, man. But what's good though, bro? Just communicate with me through the chat. The discussion tonight that I'd like to have is, well, it's a dual discussion, namely Pan-Africanism and the viability of it. I'm of the opinion that, from a survival standpoint, and for us as a diaspora, as a collective, to get to where it is that we like to get to, and really where we like to get to is absolute agency, right? Because there's a sliver of us that's doing really well, right? In terms of material possessions, homes, cars, all the rest of it. But even those people, we know and we are aware that at any point, the dominant society, as coined by our brother, Neely Fuller, can pull that rug whenever they feel like it. So we don't have the agency that many of us have deluded ourselves into thinking that we have. So Pan-Africanism is a necessity because the other side, they're playing a team sport. They themselves don't necessarily get along. Just like us, we have the infighting. Their infighting was played out on the world stage to the tune of millions of dead Europeans, right? They don't call that white on white crime though, right? It's a lot more romanticized than that. Interesting how that works. But back to what I was saying. Um, they, insofar as keeping us as a collective in our quote unquote place, they are all in one accord in that regard, regardless of whatever infighting they have. um, in other aspects. So, what if Pan-Africanism isn't viable, but it's necessary? Like it has to happen. Where does that leave us? And what practical things that you'd suggest, Chef, or anyone else, right, insofar as our daily interactions, what can we do to foster better relationships and more and build that synergy amongst our group? How do we do that? Because earlier I was saying that when I first came to America, um, I do notice that Black Americans do have this. You guys do have a superiority complex compared to other blacks in the diaspora. You just do. If you're oblivious to it, I don't know what to tell you. I'm talking about as a collective, not every single Black American to a man, obviously not, right? But it's like that cousin, that cousin that used to come over to your house in the summers. He had all the toys and all the games, and he would not stop talking about the shit that he had, and he talk as if he's better than you, and you love them because you still love him. That's your cousin, but the nigga's annoying as hell. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna just be candid about it. Me, I identify as a Jamaican, and I'm an idealist at heart. So when I first came to America, my whole thing was, oh man, these my cousins from the other side. Like, I'm trying to talk like them and trying to ingratiate myself with them to the point where my Jamaican friends is like, oh, what's wrong with you? Like, why you always trying to be with those Yankees? And you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to show them like, yo, them my people. What you mean? Like, yo, if we could all build this synergy, man, shit would be so beautiful. You know what I'm talking about? But, those Black Americans, man, they will, like, let me give you a perfect example. Let me see if y'all with me still. Yeah, so like, one thing I learned about America, right? Hierarchy and status is just like, it's just everything, right? Whereas, Jamaica, we have our own depravity, plenty of depravity in Jamaica. So for anyone watching this live or on the playback, don't think I'm one of those Jamaicans who thinks like we just have it so much together. We have been in the top 10 in murder rate for going on 20 plus years, right? We have plenty issues of our own. But I would like to say that, yes, hierarchy and status does matter in Jamaica, but I would like to say that in America, it's like, it's just hyper, right? So one of the first times that I started living in my grandmother's house here in America, um, my uncle was watching a football game with, I think, a friend of his and maybe another family member. And at this time, I'm 14. I just came from Jamaica, right? And dude tells me, "Hey, Clint, go in the kitchen and make me a sandwich," or something like that. He's gonna make him a sandwich, and I'm like, "Bro, what's wrong with your two hands?" You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, yeah, you my uncle, but bro, I don't know you. I've spent 14 years of my life not being around you, bro, and now I just get here and you trying to make me like a servant, bro? Like, I don't, bro. You stop that, bro. You got two hands, dog. Like, no, bro. Do you know that this man put hands on me, bro? Threw me out like Jazzy Jeff, like how Uncle Phil would do Jazzy Jeff. Skint my knee up, all type of shit, right? To the point where I had to go across the street to this homeless shelter and wait till my mom come home. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is this, bro. My mom was a single woman. She was working like hard, bro. You put hands on that woman's child. If that woman had a man in her life, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. You know what I'm saying? And that's just one instance, man. I have so many instances I could point out to where, Black Americans tend to have this superiority complex because you grew up right next to Mr. Charlie. And you've had access to a lot of things that the majority of the rest of the Black diaspora doesn't have. Superior education, technology, air conditioning. um, what what's the thing? Warm water. Hey, hey, I remember when my aunt came here from she visited Jamaica. She came to our house and she turned the water on to take a shower. That cold water hit her. She said, "Nope." They went right to the hotel. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think it's just a human development thing. Like I think if you were to swap out Jamaicans with Americans and we were to have had the experiences that you guys have, we'd be just like how you are. And then conversely, you being in Jamaica, you'd be like how we are. I think that's all that is. So at the end of the day, we have to figure this thing out. That's just the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? So how do we go about that? Chef, do you have any suggestions? My uncle is Jamaican, but he's basically been here since he was a baby. So he didn't grow up in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of got that mindset. He kind of got that mindset. You know what I'm saying? Hey Chef, how do you cam down off YouTube? Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cam down, and then I'm gonna see if I could figure out the zoom part of things while I'm cam down, and then I'm hoping that you guys can still hear me on the YouTube, so I can at least keep the conversation going and keep the people engaged. So how do you cam down off of YouTube? Because I don't see anything here that gives me the option to cam down. Um, got the mic over here. Mm, yeah, I don't know how to cam down, bro. Yeah, so Chef, what do you think about the idea that particularly with women, that black men in general tend to favor lighter skin or non-black women? And don't give me that whole 85% of black men date or marry within their race stuff either, because most of that is just about money. Put $2 million in them niggas' bank accounts right now, and them niggas gonna be down there in Miami dancing bachata and salsa with Esmeralda, trying to be up on Esmeralda. So I don't want to hear that 85% of black. I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm talking about? Cause every damn near it's a million rap songs, nigga. It's steady talking about some red bone, bad red bone, this red bone. You know what I'm talking about? It's clear that the red bone is you know what I'm saying? That's the gold standard. That's clear to me. Feel me? Niggas don't talk about bad chocolate what they do, but you don't really hear niggas rap about no bad. You know what I'm talking about? It's always the bad red bone. That's a fact. Nah, she said don't ask Chef cause his woman light skin. Look, let's not get it confused, bro. Like, just cause you're with a light skinned woman, that it don't mean like you gotta get with goddamn Lupita Nyong'o or something to be no real black person. I'm speaking to a bigger picture, a pattern. You know what I mean? If you look at our black entertainers, you know, I don't have numbers on it, but I mean, come on. They disproportionately, when we're talking about our black entertainers, the men who have inordinate amounts of wealth in our community, the rappers, the ones who make it to a high level, the actors, they do a lot of, interracial dating. So it's not about a particular individual, dating a light skinned woman. Like I've dated plenty of light skinned women. You know what I'm saying? You know, and in a lot of instances, like when I was younger, I try to go for these dark skinned women, and I get rejected. Like the only ones who would give me any play was the red bones. A lot of the women that were like my complexion, they don't want to. A lot of times they'll want a child that has the good hair or whatever. So they weren't checking for me. I had to go. I was forced. Here I am making excuses, right? I'm talking about dudes favoring red bones. Here I am talking about I got forced into the arms of the red bone. But I really did, bro. I promise you. Chef said, ask a black woman. I did, shit. Oh, let me read Lovejoy. Lovejoy had some interested responses. Um, Lovejoy says she needs to work on her dislike for white people. Yeah, yeah, that's something. I don't know that it was a noticeable advantage, more of being hated for being popular because the boys were interested. But it was also the girls in the older grades that didn't like any of the girls in my class, no matter the shade of skin. I find myself a colorist in that I'll trust someone of a darker hue over someone less melanated. I'll gravitate towards someone darker than me off top every time. I'ma look sideways at someone white. I do need to work on my dislike for white people. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Me too. I definitely make a lot of presumptions about white people, but it's so funny. I was having a conversation with Chef about Prophet Noble Drew Ali and how much his words changed my life. Um, because I do make the point all the time that when you look at the history of the European, the level of violence that they have wrought, it's just unmatched. You talk about what they did to the Buffalo, or dropping two bombs on two city on Hiroshima, Nagasaki, or of course the slave trade, or every human being has um, the ability to be evil. They don't have the market cornered on that, but insofar as the scale and the gratuity of the evil, they are just absolutely unmatched. That's just the fact of the matter. Now, reading over Drew Ali, there's a section, I believe it's either in the one-on-ones or in the Quran itself, where he says that the European is our fellow man, right? And Moors are instructed to love, not hate. And that includes the so-called white man. It does. It does. And that's a degree that I haven't attained to yet. I haven't reached that level of understanding yet. Yeah, Chef, you said only light skinned women like you? Man, I call cap on that, bro. Maybe you need to grow some dreads, bro. Cause look, bro, in Miami, like back in the '90s, or even now, if you's a light skinned dude, you got some dreads, them darker skinned chicks, man, look, man, it's you hunting at the zoo. You hear me? You fishing at the aquarium. Easy, easy, and you got hella leverage in the relationship dynamic because they look at you as like, you know what I'm talking about? You're like yeah. So maybe Baltimore was different. I don't know. Or maybe, like I said, you just needed to, you know what I'm talking about? You need to you should have let your shit grow, bro. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah? That's what's up. You had dreads? Man, you telling me no black chicks, dark skinned chicks wasn't checking for you? Oh, and by the way, you never answered my question. How do I cam down off the YouTube live? Cause I really like to have some people up, man. You know, I do have that narcissistic tendency, bro. I love to hear the sound of my own voice. I can't lie to you. I could talk all goddamn day, but I do want to have some interaction with you guys. Hey, you said I had dreads. Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. It was some nice, cause like, dude, like a dark-skinned black woman. Not all of them are attractive, of course, but like a Lupita Nyong'o type, like facially. Oh man, she could get anything from me. I promise you. Yeah, I built a pyramid for Lupita. You hear me? Mm-hmm. And Chef, what you think about the statement that the pseudos got the baddest women? Like the pseudo women are way better than the scientifically literate women. That's a fact, right? What? What you mean you never went live on YouTube? I don't understand. So what I was watching you on this whole time? I could have swore I was on YouTube watching your channel. I don't get it, bro. Hell yeah, that's a fact. Okay, bet. Hell yeah, man. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I was talking about Polite's I believe she was the first wife, Amunet. Man, man, oh man, I'm trying to be as respectful as I can be. That is a gorgeous woman. A knockout. Um, the light skinned girl, I believe she is Dominican, that Nature Boy had. Little cutie pie. Then I look at the scientifically literate woman. Hey, Lovejoy told me not to go there, man, again. But I'm looking at the scientifically literate women, bro. I don't want. Hey, if that's what I get for being scientifically literate, bro, I don't want to be scientifically literate, bro. I'm straight on that. You know what I'm saying? For real. For real. Why the scientifically literate? Why the scientifically literate can't get a baddie, bro? Like, come on, man. You should be able to be scientifically literate and get a nice looking, attractive woman. Like, what the hell, bro? The pseudos got the bad. Young Pharaoh? Young Pharaoh had him a little harem. A little harem of baddies. You know what I'm talking about? And yeah, and the people in general gravitate to you when you pseudo too. Not just women. People it's particularly in the black community. You know what I'm saying? I've been accused of being your your um your favorite pseudo. But I'd like to think that I distinguish myself from my fellow pseudos in that, insofar as whatever arguments that I put forth, I believe I go through painstaking. Um, I'm tedious about actually supporting whatever it is that I'm arguing with something that could be falsified, something that's clear, and you know, as opposed to most of the people who's referred to as pseudo in this community, a lot of times they're just wild people. To say any like, hey chef, was you on the live when dude claimed he had an electron microscope? Polite said he had an electron microscope. I mean, I just couldn't believe. See, that's why I could never like be a real pseudo. Like I got the gift for gab, I got that part. I got the Brooklyn magic, right? But I don't have the audaciousness. I don't have the audacity, bruh. Like, how do you tell somebody you got? Oh, how you tell somebody you got an electron microscope to the crib, dog, and you don't feel no kind of way? I can't even picture that, like saying that, bruh. Oh yeah, I got an electron microscope. Yeah, it's in the garage, man. You know what I'm saying? All kind of dirty socks on the electron microscope and shit, and the kids done spilt juice all on it and shit. You talking about you got an electron microscope to the crib, dog. Like, nigga, this man is on a live broadcasting to like 2,000 people saying this shit brazenly, bruh. Brazenly, nigga. No straight face, no flinching, nothing. I'm like, this is a cold man right here. This is a cold man. You hear me? I just can't. I can't picture it, bruh. And then the Cargominium debacle. Like, this man literally on the live talking about, yeah, I could get you the Cargominium and this and that. And then the owner pulls up like, what is he talking about, bruh? On the live, bruh. You hear me? And I want to say something else too. Just so y'all know, when Polite eventually gets out of jail, and what's crazy, I think he had TGK. I should go pull up on that boy. See if I could get an interview or something. An exclusive Polite jail interview. What y'all think? Damn, I done gave away the sauce. I shouldn't even said that shit on this live. Now somebody gonna do that now and beat me to it, right? Cause I know if I could get a Polite interview, I'll mess around. My shit'll take off instantly. You hear me? Hell yeah, I go to TGK, holla at that boy, man. Like, Oh, what I was gonna say is when Polite comes out, he's gonna be the king again in this community. He can't work, right? He's not gonna be able to get a legitimate job. Now, what's working a lot in Polite's favor is he does not have the what's that thing? The sexual predator tag, or is that what they call it? That was part of the that was negotiated in his plea deal. So of course, what Polite's gonna do when he gets out. Oh, I never touched no child. They railroaded me. This what they do to black man. And see, if I had touched a child, then why am I not on the sex offender list? That's exactly what Buddy gonna do. And guess what? It's going to work. Oh, and don't be surprised if your favorite content creator brings him right back on. Remember where you heard it first. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, it's just like Rico said and paid in full. Like, yeah, I give you a couple DC niggas so when I come home, I'ma still be the king. When Polite come home, he finna reclaim his throne and his scepter. He's gonna be right back like he never left. Watch what I told you. Remember what I told you. Hey, yeah, there's no way he could have known what an electron microscope actually was. He's probably thinking it's like, it's a little microscope and shit. Nah, bruh. Bruh, that shit can't get no kind of dirt. They keep that shit in a room. I forgot they got a term for it where it's like air suction like constantly to where no contaminant whatsoever could get in that room. Like, that's how sensitive that shit is and how powerful the microscope is. And that shit expensive. I think them bitches like $1 million or like something crazy like that. Nigga, you can't. This nigga talking about he talking about I got one to the crib. Like, he got that bitch off of Temu or Craigslist. He talking about Yeah, I got one of them. I got one of them to the crib. Man, if you don't. And another thing too, bruh. Cause I heard at one point Polite was running around with some big dudes or whatever. You know them big Floyd Mayweather type of goddamn inhumanly big niggas, you know? But I know he wasn't always on. He ain't always had bread, bruh. With all the nonsense dude done kept up, man, how the hell nobody ain't ever broke Polite jaw, bruh? How? Nigga weigh like 150 pounds. Steady playing with people. Like, how? Boy, ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way, boy. And then Tarka Bay was saying he defrauded a couple Baltimore dudes. Like, you know, my favorite show, The Wire, Chef. So I'm thinking like, y'all boys really like that. Like, y'all, how y'all ain't catch him, man? Like, some supposed to be broke on that boy body, man. That's worse than him teaching kids. What's that show? What's worse than him teaching kids? Him coming out and like regaining his position. Because it's gonna happen. He doesn't have the sex offender tag. So he's gonna parlay that and say that, hey, this is, you know, evidence that I did not do anything to this child. Because if I did, I would necessarily have to have a sexual offender tag. And 80% of our people are gonna buy into it hook, line, and sinker. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. Don't get mad when it do, bro. It's going to happen. I guarantee it. He gave the money back. Oh yeah. He gave the money back. Yeah, I heard that. I heard Tarka Bay say he did give the money back, but bruh, I don't know, man. Like, I guess you guys in Baltimore, because I do tend to notice, like in the Northeast, you guys tend to be a bit more advanced with your street activities than us. You're a bit more codified than the South. The South, you know, living down here, I've noticed that the gangsters tend to be a little bit more emotional. So I know down here in Miami, the fact that he paid the money back, that wouldn't have been enough. He would have had to take a beating just because he played. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how dudes gonna look at it if they like in the street life down here. They look at it like, man, you play with a real nigga, like you play with a G, like you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he got to take a beating, bro. That's just, he got to take a beating. He supposed to get something broke on him, jaw, something. Yeah, nah, real shit, chef, real shit. And the fact that also you know he's going to do it again, that's the main thing. You know, he's one of those types. You know, he'll apologize, turn around, do it again. Hey, bear with me for a second, y'all. I've been on an hour right now, and Chef, you wasn't lying about like going live and you know how tough it could be. I think I'm doing a pretty good job. I could talk forever, so I think I'm doing okay. But let me see if I could figure out this Zoom, y'all, and I could rap with y'all. Hold on, man. Y'all hold tight, man. Don't dip out on me, y'all. Hey, y'all still here? Yeah. So yeah, thanks for hanging tough with me, y'all. Yeah. That those meeting settings in Zoom, man, there's a million options in there. Hey, by the way, Chef, you like my shirt, big bro? That bitch hard, ain't it? Yeah, brother Malcolm. With the long gun. With the long gun. Yeah. See, going back to the Pan-Africanism discussion, right? And enforcing some standards. You know, Garfield, if you're listening, you still my brother. Still got love for you, but you know that's one of those things. Like we supposed to hold some things supposed to be held sacred. You know, everything can't be a joke and can't be playful. You know, I think we need to respect each other, and part of that is, you know, showing some form of respect for the people that our fellow diasporans hold dear to their hearts and you know and revere the people who are revered like a Malcolm X, bro. Like I'm still bothered by that, bro. And it's not like I don't have it as if like Garfield is an enemy or anything, but dude, like that's not nothing to play with, bro. And the innuendo and well, I don't know if he's gay or he's not, and like that ain't nothing to. That's not no laughing matter, man. Like, cause I know you wouldn't talk about Marcus like that in Jamaica. You wouldn't do it. I don't care what you say, you would not do that. You know, it's just because America is the way how it is. You know, it's a much more liberal type of place, and you know, like there should be some protocol, bro, and there should be some enforcement too when people break protocol. Like you don't do that, bro. You don't play like that, man. Like how you gonna imply that Malcolm X was sleeping with men for money? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing if you had some actual evidence, right? And your evidence was some shill used by the white media, Mario Manning, right? A homosexual, talking about that one of Malcolm's friends knew about it. And my question would be, how did he know about it? Well, he was at the when he was when Malcolm was I can't even say the words, man. It's so disgusting. When our brother was supposedly turning these tricks, where was this dude? Where he was at the window watching it go down, being a voyeur? Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, you was so out of pocket, bruh. And then when I get on there and chastise the man, he gonna tell me that I'm doing the most or I'm trying to show. Oh, nah, bruh. Nah, bruh. Nah, bro. When I talk about my people and how I believe we should conduct ourselves, it coming from right here, bruh. I'm not trying to show out and score no brownie points and nah, none of that, nigga. I was dead serious, bro. You played, bro. You would not say that about Malcolm X or Paul Bogle or Sam Sharp, right? In Jamaica. You wouldn't imply nothing like that about Dessalines or Toussaint Louverture in Haiti. You wouldn't do it. And giggling and shit. Oh, well, maybe he is gay. Maybe he's not gay. What? Come on, man. Come on, man. That was disgusting, bro. Absolutely disgusting. And now, when you do things like that, you drive a wedge in between us as Jamaicans and our fellow, you know, our American brothers. Because there was plenty of people in the chat saying, "Oh, you know, that's how these Jamaicans do," and you know what I'm saying? They don't respect our heroes, and you feel me? You thinking it's all fun and games? It's not, bro. It's not, bro. It's like you play too much. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chef, you still in here, man? Somebody talk to me, man. feel like a crazy person just yelling at my phone, talking to my phone. But yeah, again, man, it's my first foray into YouTube, and um, I'm so humbled, man, to have the few people that are in here. You know what I'm saying? Really am. Means a lot, bro. Lovejoy, Chef, Mika One. Earlier, Contrarian Thinker had pulled up, but I couldn't figure out my audio issues, so the brother moved on. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. And hopefully my rambling has been insightful, engaging, entertaining, and you got something out of it. I know Mika, you said you're at work. Hopefully, whatever it is that I'm saying is entertaining enough that it's helping your work hours go by a little bit smoother. I do plan. I'm gonna improve, guys. I'm gonna go get a laptop and all of that stuff. I'm gonna really gonna apply myself to this. I think I'm kind of made for this, man. Cause I'm telling you, in real life, people get tired of me talking, bro. I won't stop talking. Hey, like, nigga, shut up, man. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Nigga will not stop talking, bro. So hell yeah. Like there's an outlet where I could just run my goddamn mouth all day and I could potentially get paid to do it. Oh man. Oh man. Y'all done messed up. Y'all done messed up. You shouldn't have did that. Ah, for real. My brother Stu Peas was supposed to be in here too, man. I don't know what happened. Probably his wife got on his dome. His wife got on him, Supposed to be a little coconut connection tonight. My fellow coconut isn't here. Hmm. Yeah, man. So, where else can I go with this conversation? So, we breached the subject of Pan-Africanism. What do you guys feel about those return to Ghana thing where they go to Elmira and see where the final stop was before some of our ancestors, right? Because of course, not all of us are from the Gold Coast or whatever the case may be. Um, what do you guys think about that, man? Because for me, some of it is a little trauma pornish. Go into some dungeon and like, okay, it has its place. It has its place, but and then I don't know. It's weird. Like I feel weird that something like that is commercialized. Like you pay money to go into this dungeon where there was this unimaginable suffering and death, and you pay somebody to just go there and be in that same. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It has its place, I guess, man. But I, where are the more meaningful overtures? You know, in particular from the Ghanaian government. To the diaspora, particularly our Black American brothers, because I think they show the Jamaicans a little bit more love, and the Caribbean a little bit more love. I want to say, because one thing about the nature of slavery in America compared to a place like a Haiti or a Jamaica is that those places were so much smaller that, of course, it was a lot more harder to dilute the culture. So, places like a place like Jamaica was able to retain much more of those old norms and mores than America. America is so big, You can send the aunt that way, the uncle that way, the dad that way, the child, the son that way, the daughter that way, and to scramble everything up, and you completely lose orientation, as a people. So I want to say, um, I think the Black American had it worse in the grand scheme of things. Like Jamaican slavery was more brutal, a lot more brutal. Haitian slavery too. Even though, you did have the gator bait in Florida here. Yeah, yeah, babies did get fed to alligators. That happened. That happened. But I want to say overall that it was more brutal in the Caribbean. But in America, the difference is that because the culture got so diluted, I think for a Black American to kind of find their orientation, or to orient themselves back to what we were prior to losing our agency, it's a much more difficult undertaking than for someone from an island. Yeah, what do you guys think? If anyone's in the chat, talk to me. Talk to me. I think I'm gonna go like 11 more minutes, guys, and I'm gonna shut it down. And I'm definitely finna pull back up. Probably. Hey, Chef, when you going live again, bro? The game needs you, bro. The game needs you, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna definitely be back, guys. Probably next week, man. I think I'm gonna cop me a laptop during the week. What's today? Saturday. Yeah, I'm gonna cop me a laptop, bro. I'm gonna get me something nice. Probably like Monday, and looking to getting some equipment. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Very much, guys, and enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. All right. Yeah, Bagjuice gone.